45 plus most iconic action actors of the 70s to 90s. Then and now, they dominated the screen, fighting villains, surviving impossible odds, and becoming legends. But where are they now? From muscle-bound heroes to cold-blooded villains, the action stars of the 70s, 80s, and 90s shaped Hollywood like no one else. What happened to the faces we couldn't stop watching? In this video, we're diving into the stories of 45-plus iconic action stars, then and now. Some are still kicking, some have faded, and some left us far too soon. Ready to see where your favorites ended up? Let's go. Arnold Schwarzenegger. With his larger-than-life physique and Austrian accent, Arnold Schwarzenegger redefined what it meant to be a movie hero in the 1980s. His performance as the Terminator, an emotionless cyborg, set the bar for action movie characters, and his relentless workout routines became legendary. Known for his unmatched charisma and catchphrases, Schwarzenegger became a titan of toughness, dominating box offices with hits like Commando and Predator. Today, at 76, Arnold remains a global force, appearing in FUBAR and continuing his advocacy for fitness and environmental causes. From a bodybuilding champion to an action mogul and governor, his impact is undeniable. And Sylvester Stallone. When Sylvester Stallone penned Rocky, he not only created an iconic character but forever altered the blueprint for underdog heroes. His portrayal of the street-smart boxer captured the hearts of millions, cementing his place as a cultural fixture. The 80s saw him become synonymous with relentless action, with Rambo becoming another defining role. Stallone's grit and work ethic made him the epitome of tough. Now in his late 70s, Stallone's recent Creed films showed that his Rocky legacy still resonates, even as he balances family life and business ventures. His journey is one of strength and reinvention. Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis' no-nonsense attitude and perfect blend of humor and toughness made him the quintessential action star of the 90s. His role as John McClane in Die Hard became the benchmark for every modern action hero, with its mixture of wit and raw intensity. Willis's charm and ability to deliver quippy one-liners during high-stakes situations quickly made him a fan favorite in Pulp Fiction and The Fifth Element. Though in his mid-60s and grappling with health challenges, Willis's influence remains vital. His past films continue to inspire and entertain, cementing his place as a cinematic icon. Chuck Norris. In the 80s, Chuck Norris became synonymous with relentless martial arts precision and unbeatable strength. With his iconic roundhouse kicks and stoic demeanor, Norris turned Walker, Texas Ranger into a pop culture phenomenon. His action films like The Delta Force and Missing in Action portrayed him as an unstoppable force of nature. His persona, tough yet principled, made him an enduring hero for fans worldwide. Now in his 80s, Norris has slowed down, focusing on personal projects and his online legacy. Still, his iconic status remains untouchable, his influence in martial arts and action cinema profound. Jean-Claude Van Damme. With his signature split and high-flying roundhouse kicks, Jean-Claude Van Damme brought a unique blend of athleticism and charisma to the 80s and 90s action scene. Films like Bloodsport and Kickboxer turned him into a martial arts legend, and his ability to perform his own stunts set him apart. He became the face of gritty, high-intensity fight films, with his disciplined style earning him respect across the genre. In his 60s, Van Damme still makes appearances, with roles in The Eagle Path and Jean-Claude Van Johnson showcasing his enduring physicality. His influence as a martial arts actor remains influential. Steven Seagal. With his calm, almost zen-like demeanor and deadly Aikido skills, Steven Seagal quickly rose to prominence in the late 80s. Films like Above the Law and Under Siege showcased his unique blend of quiet intensity and brutal combat style, making him one of the most distinctive action stars of his era. Known for his physicality and his resistance to traditional Hollywood norms, Seagal carved out a niche of his own. Though he's now in his 70s, Seagal's presence has waned with more direct-to-video films. Still, his influence on martial arts in film remains significant, cementing him as a cult favorite. Dolph Lundgren. A towering presence with a background in martial arts and engineering, Dolph Lundgren broke through in the 1980s with his portrayal of the menacing Ivan Drago in Rocky IV. His cold, imposing figure made him a perfect antagonist. Yet Lundgren's talent extended beyond villainy. In Universal Soldier and The Punisher, he showcased a fierce action star persona, blending intellect with muscle. Now in his mid-60s, Lundgren continues to appear in Expendables films and other action roles. His legacy remains intact, balancing fierce action with a respected second career in directing and producing. Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson rose to prominence in the 1980s with his portrayal of the emotionally scarred Mad Max, a character who defined post-apocalyptic action. The Lethal Weapon franchise solidified his place as a master of both gritty action and sharp wit, making him one of the most versatile stars of his generation. Known for his raw intensity and commanding screen presence, Gibson became a mainstay in action cinema. Now in his 60s, Gibson is still active, focusing on directing, producing, and occasionally returning to acting in films like Dragged Across Concrete. His impact on both the action genre and filmmaking is undeniable. Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood's grizzled, weathered persona became a hallmark of the 70s and 80s. From his iconic portrayal of Dirty Harry to his role as the lone gunslinger in The Outlaw Josie Wales, Eastwood redefined the tough guy archetype. His stern, no-nonsense approach captured a generation's admiration for anti-heroes who operated outside the law. In his 90s, Eastwood continues to direct and produce films, with Cry Macho being a recent example. Though less physically active in front of the camera, his legacy as an actor, director, and producer remains one of the most influential in cinematic history. The action never stops with these legends. Comment 1 and hang tight until the end to discover the #1 most iconic action star of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford became a household name through his portrayal of Han Solo in Star Wars and the iconic archaeologist Indiana Jones. His effortless blend of rugged charm and wit, paired with his action-packed roles, made him one of the 80s most beloved heroes. Films like Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Fugitive showcased his ability to mix heart-pounding action with compelling storytelling, making him a lasting figure in Hollywood. Now in his 80s, Ford continues to captivate audiences, returning as Indiana Jones in Indiana Jones and The Dial of Destiny. His enduring appeal remains anchored in his authenticity and charisma. Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell's unique blend of charisma and tough guy appeal made him a standout in the 80s action scene. His roles in Escape from New York and Big Trouble in Little China presented him as a wisecracking, hard-hitting anti-hero, always up for a dangerous adventure. Russell's wide range of roles, from action-packed thrillers to comedies, earned him a dedicated following. Now in his 70s, Kurt Russell remains active, starring in The Christmas Chronicles and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. His legacy is marked by his ability to infuse humor and depth into the toughest of action roles. Michael Dudikoff. Michael Dudikoff's most memorable role as the stoic hero in American Ninja made him a symbol of 80s and 90s action cinema. Known for his martial arts prowess and cool, unflinching demeanor, Dudikoff carved out a niche in low-budget action films where he became a fan favorite in Avenging Force and LA Wars. His intense physicality and no-nonsense attitude helped define a generation of action heroes. In his 60s, Dudikoff has stepped back from the spotlight but remains a cult figure among action fans. His legacy as the quintessential 80s action star endures, even in quieter years. Jackie Chan. With a unique blend of comedy, acrobatics, and martial arts, Jackie Chan became a global sensation in the 80s and 90s. Films like Police Story and Drunken Master displayed his exceptional stunts and unparalleled ability to mix humor with jaw-dropping action. His inventive choreography and fearless stunt work turned him into a cultural icon, blending artistry with athleticism in ways no one had seen before. Now in his 60s, Chan still dazzles in films like Skip Trace and Vanguard. While he has slowed down physically, his legacy as one of the greatest action stars remains untouchable, inspiring generations worldwide. Jet Li. Jet Li's rise to fame began with his electrifying martial arts skills in films like Once Upon a Time in China and Fist of Legend, where his lightning-fast moves and disciplined technique made him a martial arts legend. His precise, fluid style and ability to blend storytelling with combat established him as one of the top action stars of the 90s, both in Asia and Hollywood, in films like Lethal Weapon 4 and The One. In his 60s, Li has mostly retired from action roles due to health issues, but his legacy lives on through his influence on martial arts cinema and his memorable performances. Mark Dacascos. Mark Dacascos emerged as an action star in the 90s, blending martial arts expertise with charisma in films like Drive and Only the Strong. Known for his speed, agility, and martial arts precision, Dacascos carved out a niche as a versatile fighter on screen, often portraying complex characters with an intensity that set him apart from other action stars. His role as the villainous The Chairman on Iron Chef America even showcased his comedic side. In his 60s, Dacascos still appears in action roles, such as in John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum. His impact on martial arts films continues, proving his timeless appeal. Keith David. Keith David's deep, commanding voice and versatile presence made him an unforgettable figure in 80s and 90s action cinema, known for his role in They Live, where his epic fight scene with Roddy Piper became a cult classic. David's work in films like The Thing and Platoon showcased his ability to command any role, from hardened soldiers to otherworldly characters. His gravitas and intensity made him a standout actor in a crowded field. Now in his 60s, Keith David continues to lend his powerful voice to animated projects and remains an iconic figure in both film and television. Charles Bronson. With his cold, no-nonsense demeanor and rugged masculinity, Charles Bronson became the embodiment of tough guy cinema in the 1970s and 80s. His role as Paul Kersey in Death Wish captured the spirit of vigilante justice, while his performances in The Magnificent Seven and Hard Times solidified him as a fearless action hero, never flinching from violence and adversity. Bronson's steely eyes and stoic silence made him a fixture in gritty crime dramas. In his later years, Bronson's output slowed, and after his death in 2003, his status as one of the toughest action stars ever remains legendary, undiminished by time. Richard Norton. Richard Norton's martial arts expertise and striking good looks made him a standout figure in the 80s and 90s action film scene. Known for his performances in China O'Brien and The Octagon, where he shared the screen with Chuck Norris, Norton brought an athleticism and precision to his roles that set him apart from many of his contemporaries. His martial arts prowess made him one of the go-to stars for fight-heavy action films. Now in his 60s, Norton still appears in the occasional action role and has become a respected instructor, continuing to influence the martial arts and action genres. Fred Williamson. With his signature swagger and smooth delivery, Fred Williamson became a quintessential figure in 70s action cinema. Known for roles in films like Black Caesar and Hell Up in Harlem, Williamson's tough guy persona was built on his charismatic performances and his deep, commanding voice. A former football player, he brought athleticism and a unique presence to every role, making him a standout in the Blaxploitation genre and beyond. Now in his 80s, Williamson still makes appearances in films and TV, including his role in Dolomite Is My Name. His legacy as an action star and cultural icon remains unshaken. Richard Roundtree. Richard Roundtree's portrayal of the suave and confident John Shaft in Shaft, 1971, became the gold standard for cool, tough action heroes. As one of the pioneering black stars in Hollywood, Roundtree's impact extended beyond action films, helping to redefine the genre. His charismatic performance in the Shaft series made him a trailblazer, blending action with social commentary in ways that hadn't been seen before. Now in his 80s, Roundtree remains a beloved figure in Hollywood, returning for the 2019 Shaft reboot, reminding fans of his indelible impact on action cinema. His legacy is a cornerstone of the genre. Michael Ironside. Michael Ironside's intense stare and gravelly voice made him a perfect fit for villainous and morally complex roles in the 80s and 90s. Best known for Scanners, Total Recall and Starship Troopers, Ironside's commanding presence often had him playing tough military men, sinister figures, or hardened leaders, each with a cold, calculating edge. His ability to bring both menace and gravitas to his roles made him one of the most compelling character actors in action cinema. In his 70s, Ironside continues to take on film and television roles, maintaining his reputation as a versatile and highly respected actor. Love this video? Show some love with a like and a subscribe. Hate it? A like would still be awesome, and your feedback in the comments will help me improve. Will Smith. Will Smith skyrocketed to action hero status in the 90s, blending his charm and humor with explosive action. From his breakout role in Bad Boys to his iconic turn in Independence Day, Smith's quick wit and compelling presence made him a superstar. His versatility shone in Men in Black and Enemy of the State, mixing thrilling action with his natural charisma. His role as a confident yet relatable hero made him a household name, and now in his 50s, Will Smith remains a top star, recently starring in Emancipation and continuing to shape both action and drama genres with his diverse career. Tom Berenger. With his rugged looks and gritty screen presence, Tom Berenger became a staple of 80s and 90s action films. Best known for his role as the determined sniper in Sniper and as the tough Sergeant Barnes in Platoon, Berenger carved a niche playing battle-hardened soldiers and flawed anti-heroes. His gravitas and ability to convey deep emotional conflict amidst action made him stand out. Now in his 70s, Berenger still appears in films and television, though he has largely retired from the fast-paced action roles of his past. His contributions to the genre continue to be celebrated by fans and critics alike. Vernon Wells. Vernon Wells made a name for himself playing menacing and memorable villains, particularly in the 80s. His role as the deranged Wes in Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior, remains one of the most iconic villainous performances in cinema. His intense demeanor and imposing presence made him a standout in films like Commando, where he faced off against Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Innocent Blood, where he embraced his darker side. In his 70s, Wells still makes appearances in both film and television, often reprising his villainous roles. His legacy as one of the quintessential action antagonists remains firmly cemented. Robert Davi. With his deep voice and menacing presence, Robert Davi became the quintessential villain of the 80s and 90s. Best known for playing the ruthless drug lord Franz Sanchez in License to Kill and the sinister villain in Die Hard, Davi's hard-edged persona made him a standout in action films. His ability to portray chilling antagonists with a touch of sophistication earned him roles in numerous thrillers and crime dramas. In recent years, Davi has expanded his career into music, releasing jazz albums, while still making occasional appearances in film and television, proving his talents go far beyond just playing the bad guy. Rutger Hauer. Rutger Hauer's striking features and intensity made him an unforgettable presence in the 80s, especially in Blade Runner, where his portrayal of the enigmatic Roy Batty remains a defining moment in sci-fi action. Hauer's ability to bring depth to his characters, whether as a ruthless antagonist in The Hitcher or a tortured soul in Ladyhawke, set him apart as one of the most compelling action stars of his time. Before his passing in 2019, Hauer continued to act in both major and independent films. His legacy as a unique and versatile actor lives on in his powerful filmography. For Rutger Hauer and all the legendary action actors we've lost, comment RIP below to honor their unforgettable contributions to action cinema. Let's remember the action heroes. Jeff Speakman. Jeff Speakman brought martial arts mastery and stoic charisma to the forefront of 90s action cinema. His breakout role in The Perfect Weapon showcased his exceptional Kenpo skills, blending intense action with a personal sense of honor. With his disciplined fighting style and quiet determination, Speakman became a standout in the martial arts action genre, known for his fluid choreography and unyielding presence. While his career has slowed in recent years, Speakman still enjoys a loyal following and occasionally participates in martial arts exhibitions and films. His influence on martial arts cinema remains significant even if his on-screen roles have become fewer. Andrew Divoff. Andrew Divoff's distinctive look and menacing voice made him a standout villain in the 80s and 90s. Best known for his portrayal of the ruthless Jin in Wishmaster, Divov's ability to deliver chilling performances made him a beloved figure in horror and action genres. His roles in Air Force One and The Hunt for Red October showcased his versatility as a menacing antagonist. In recent years, Divov has focused more on voice work and supporting roles. Though not as prominent in the spotlight, his legacy as one of cinema's most memorable villains endures through cult classics. Michael Biehn. Michael Biehn's sharp intensity and remarkable ability to portray tough, conflicted characters solidified his place as a staple of 80s and 90s action cinema. His role as Kyle Reese in The Terminator and the vengeful Corporal Hicks in Aliens made him a hero in the eyes of fans. Biehn's skillful performances often balanced grit with vulnerability, making him a standout in the sci-fi and action genres. Though Biehn's appearances have slowed, he continues to appear in independent films, keeping his status as an action star intact. His contributions to iconic franchises have made him a cult favorite. Lance Henriksen. Lance Henriksen's deep, gravelly voice and intense gaze gave him an undeniable presence in action and sci-fi films. Best known for his role as the android bishop in Aliens and the relentless Frank Black in Millennium, Henriksen's performances often blended vulnerability with menace. His complex characters, whether heroes or villains, left a lasting impact on the genre. In his 70s, Henriksen still appears in both television and film, often portraying wise, weathered characters. His impact on both horror and action remains significant, with his performances continuing to captivate audiences who appreciate his unique, commanding screen presence. Eric Roberts. Eric Roberts carved out a unique place for himself in the action genre with his volatile energy and strong presence. Known for his role as the menacing villain in The Pope of Greenwich Village and Best of the Best, Roberts brought a raw intensity to his performances that made him a compelling antagonist. His versatility saw him move from action films to gritty thrillers, demonstrating his range in both high-stakes and nuanced roles. Roberts continues to work in both television and film, appearing in everything from The Expendables 3 to The Pope of Greenwich Village. His career is a testament to his ability to stay relevant across decades. John Saxon. John Saxon's career spanned across several genres, but he will forever be remembered as one of the quintessential action stars of the 70s and 80s. From his iconic roles in Enter the Dragon alongside Bruce Lee to his part in A Nightmare on Elm Street, Saxon's rugged good looks and fierce combat skills made him a fan favorite. His ability to portray both heroic and villainous roles kept him in demand for a wide range of action and martial arts films. Though his appearances slowed in later years, Saxon's legacy as a versatile action star remains strong. He passed away in 2020, leaving behind a filmography rich with beloved roles. Franco Nero. Franco Nero's rugged charm and steely determination made him one of Italy's most iconic action stars, particularly in the spaghetti western genre. His breakthrough role in Django, 1966, cemented him as a cinematic tough guy. Throughout the 70s and 80s, Nero appeared in films like Enter the Ninja and The Fighting Fists of Shanghai Joe, showcasing both his martial arts skills and his ability to carry a film with intense presence. In recent years, Nero has enjoyed a resurgence with roles in films like Django Unchained, where he reprised his iconic role. His impact on action cinema is timeless. George Lazenby. George Lazenby's brief yet memorable stint as James Bond in On Her Majesty's Secret Service remains a unique chapter in the 007 legacy. Stepping into Sean Connery's shoes in 1969, Lazenby brought a different flavor to the character, blending vulnerability with action hero toughness. While his time as Bond was short-lived, his portrayal of a more emotional 007 gave the film a different, more grounded feel. In the years since, Lazenby has largely stayed away from the limelight, focusing on occasional roles in both film and television. His legacy as the most underrated Bond, however, continues to endure. Matthias Hues. With his towering physique and martial arts expertise, Matthias Hues became a memorable presence in 80s and 90s action films. Known for his role as the villainous gladiator in The Power of One and his menacing portrayal of villains in films like I Come in Peace, Hugh's powerful screen presence and impeccable fighting skills made him a standout in action cinema. He was a key figure in the action genre, often cast as the unstoppable antagonist or strong silent type. Hughes continues to be active in the entertainment world, making appearances in smaller roles and focusing on his career in fitness and martial arts. His legacy as a fearsome action star remains intact. Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown's deep, gravelly voice and intense screen presence made him a natural fit for villainous roles in action films. His performance as the sadistic Kurgan in Highlander became iconic, marking him as one of the most memorable antagonists in 80s action cinema. Brown's ability to bring gravitas to any role, whether playing a brutal villain or a commanding officer, kept him in high demand throughout the 90s and beyond, with notable appearances in The Shawshank Redemption and Starship Troopers. Today, Brown remains active in both film and voice acting, continuing to lend his unmistakable voice to animated projects like SpongeBob SquarePants. His versatility ensures his place as a beloved figure in both live-action and animated roles. Christopher Lambert. Christopher Lambert's enigmatic and rugged presence made him a defining figure in 80s and 90s action. Best known for his portrayal of the immortal Connor MacLeod in Highlander, Lambert's intense yet mysterious performance solidified him as an action star with a unique flair. His role in Mortal Kombat further cemented his place in action cinema, where he combined a stoic demeanor with moments of intense vulnerability. Though his Hollywood presence has waned in recent years, Lambert continues to work in international films and television. His legacy remains firmly tied to iconic roles that still captivate fans of the genre. David Bradley. David Bradley brought both ferocity and discipline to the screen, becoming a notable figure in action films in the 90s. Known for his role as the heroic British mercenary in American Ninja 3, Bloodhunt and the gritty Ninja series, Bradley's intense martial arts skills and no-nonsense approach to action made him a staple in direct-to-video action films. His ability to deliver compelling performances with physicality set him apart from other stars of the era. In recent years, Bradley has appeared in supporting roles in larger films like the Strain series, keeping his action legacy alive while showing a wider range as an actor. Robert Patrick. With his chiseled features and cold, unblinking gaze, Robert Patrick became a standout in the 90s, particularly with his iconic role as the T-1000 in Terminator 2: Judgment Day. His portrayal of a shape-shifting, relentless machine earned him a place as one of the most memorable villains in cinematic history. Patrick's talent for playing both antagonistic and complex roles continued to define his career in films like Die Hard 2 and the X-Files series. In his 60s, Patrick remains active in both television and film, appearing in Scorpion and Peacemaker. His enduring presence and versatility keep him relevant in today's action landscape. Lorenzo Lamas. With his striking good looks and martial arts background, Lorenzo Lamas became a heartthrob and action star in the 80s and 90s. Known for his role as the rebellious and charismatic renegade in the TV series Renegade, Lamas' blend of rugged action and charm earned him a dedicated following. He also made waves in action films like Snake Eater and Grease, where he showcased both his fighting skills and smooth on-screen persona. In recent years, Lamas continues to act, often appearing in smaller films and television roles. His legacy remains marked by his unique contribution to action TV and cinema. Scott Glenn. Scott Glenn's quiet intensity and weathered look made him a perfect fit for tough, morally complex roles in the 80s and 90s. From his role as the no-nonsense Navy SEAL in The Hunt for Red October to the stoic and menacing antagonist in The Silence of the Lambs, Glenn's ability to convey inner turmoil beneath a hardened exterior made him one of the most respected character actors in action films. His presence brought authenticity to every role he took on. Now in his 80s, Glenn continues to act with notable roles in The Defenders and The Crown. His contributions to action films remain invaluable. Danny Trejo. With his distinctive look, gravelly voice, and imposing presence, Danny Trejo became one of Hollywood's most memorable tough guy icons. Known for his role as Machete in Machete and Spy Kids, Trejo's rugged persona and impressive martial arts skills quickly made him a fan favorite. His career spans across both villainous and heroic roles, always bringing a sense of authenticity to each performance, from Heat to Desperado. Now in his 70s, Trejo remains an action star and an advocate for several causes. His unyielding charisma and longevity in the industry make him a beloved and respected figure in Hollywood. Terry O'Quinn's intense and often mysterious presence made him a standout figure in both action and thriller genres. Best known for his role as the manipulative John Locke in the groundbreaking TV series Lost, O'Quinn's knack for playing complex, enigmatic characters also earned him spots in films like The Stepfather and Silver Bullet. His ability to convey tension and intrigue made him a unique asset in both action and psychological roles. In recent years, O'Quinn has appeared in various TV shows, including The Following and Hawaii 5-0, maintaining his reputation as one of the most compelling character actors in television. Malcolm McDowell. With his sharp features and often unsettling presence, Malcolm McDowell became one of the most unforgettable figures in both action and psychological thrillers. His portrayal of Alex DeLarge in A Clockwork Orange set the stage for a career filled with intense, morally ambiguous roles. McDowell's roles in Caligula and Time After Time expanded his range from provocative to villainous, establishing him as a powerhouse of dramatic and action-packed performances. Now in his 80s, McDowell still appears in both films and television, often taking on villainous roles. His work continues to captivate, solidifying his status as an acting icon with a career that spans decades. Richard Dean Anderson. Richard Dean Anderson became a household name in the 80s and 90s with his portrayal of the resourceful MacGyver in MacGyver. His ability to use wit, unconventional methods, and science to solve problems made the character beloved by millions, redefined the action hero archetype, and cemented Anderson's place in pop culture. He later found success in the Stargate SG-1 franchise, where his laid-back yet authoritative presence resonated with fans. In his 70s, Anderson has slowed down his acting career, focusing on personal pursuits and occasional guest appearances. His influence on television action is undeniable, as he remains a beloved figure in the genre. Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones's commanding presence and intense demeanor made him one of the most formidable action stars of the 90s. From his Oscar-winning role in The Fugitive, where he portrayed the relentless U.S. Marshal Samuel Gerard, to his role as the gritty Agent K in Men in Black, Jones established himself as an actor capable of both dramatic gravitas and dry wit. His ability to portray hard-edged characters with depth and humanity earned him a special place in action cinema. In his 70s, Jones continues to act, appearing in films like Ad Astra and The Comeback Trail. His legacy as a stalwart of American cinema is cemented by his versatility and iconic roles. Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken's eccentric style and unpredictable presence made him an unforgettable force in film, often adding an air of unpredictability to the action genre. His role as the sinister yet oddly charismatic villain in The Deer Hunter and A View to a Kill showed his capacity for both intense drama and gripping suspense. Walken's offbeat charm and quirky line delivery also brought depth to roles in films like Pulp Fiction and True Romance. Now in his 80s, Walken remains active, appearing in films and television with roles in projects like Seesaw Monster and The Outlaws. His eclectic career continues to inspire and captivate audiences with its singularity. Some faces never fade. They don't just grace the screen, they define it. Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves, born in 1964, somehow looks like he barely aged a day since Speed or The Matrix, and now, at 60, he's still the coolest guy in the room. Known for his quiet charm and unforgettable roles in sci-fi and action hits, Keanu became a global icon with Neo, and then again with the unstoppable John Wick. But behind the fame is a humble man who takes the subway, gives away his earnings to crew members, and avoids the Hollywood spotlight. Fans call him the internet's favorite nice guy, and honestly, with that timeless face and kind heart, it's easy to see why. Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth, born in 1983, first caught Australian viewers' eyes on the soap opera **Home and Away**, before taking on Hollywood in a big way. His breakout role as the hammer-wielding Thor catapulted him into Marvel superstardom, and he's since balanced blockbuster action with comedic turns in films like Ghostbusters *. Off-screen, this laid-back Aussie loves surfing, spending time with his family and cracking jokes that remind fans he's more than just a muscular god of thunder. Even at 41, he seems as energetic as ever, showing no signs of slowing down in or out of the gym. Inspire generations and remind us that true beauty isn't just skin deep. In this video, we look at 50 plus of the most beautiful actors then and now in 2025. From teen heartthrobs to silver-haired legends, these stars have evolved, surprised, and endured. Some aged like fine wine, others changed in ways we never expected, but all left a mark. So sit back, relax, and let's revisit the iconic faces that once stole heart and still do. If you enjoyed this video, comment your country below. It's great to see our international community growing. Thanks for your support. Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, born in 1962, has been Hollywood's action man for over 4 decades, and he's still going strong at 62. He shot to fame in the 80s with Top Gun and became a household name with the Mission Impossible franchise, where he famously insists on doing most of his own stunts. Even now, he's flying helicopters and jumping off cliffs like he's still in his 30s. Off-screen, Cruise is known for his intense energy, ever-youthful charm, and involvement with Scientology, which has sparked as much conversation as his box office hits. Love him or not, his face has barely aged and his career sure hasn't slowed down. Paul Newman. Paul Newman wasn't just a movie star, he was a legend. With those piercing blue eyes and effortless charm, he lit up the screen in classics like *Cool Hand, Luke and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid *. But Newman was more than just good looks and great roles. Off-screen, he was a race car driver, a devoted husband to actress Joanne Woodward, and a philanthropist who gave away hundreds of millions through his food company, Newman's Own. Even in his later years, he carried himself with quiet dignity and grace. When he passed in 2008 at 83, Hollywood didn't just lose a star, it lost one of its class acts. Antonio Banderas, born in 1960, first turned heads with his smoldering looks and intense eyes in Spanish cinema before Hollywood came calling. He broke through with Desperado and stole hearts in The Mask of Zorro all while keeping that unmistakable Spanish accent that became part of his charm. Later, he surprised everyone as the lovable voice of Puss in Boots in Shrek *. Beyond the screen, Banderas is also a theatre actor, director, and even launched his own fragrance line. At 64, he still carries that same quiet charisma, aged like fine Spanish wine, with just as much fire and soul. Chris Evans. Chris Evans, born in 1981 in Massachusetts, began his career with small parts in teen comedies like Not Another Teen Movie but quickly leveled up to blockbuster territory. He first tested the superhero waters as the Human Torch in Fantastic Four *, yet it was his iconic run as Captain America in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that made him a household name. Off-screen, he's known for his laid-back humor, love for his rescue dog Dodger, and his willingness to speak out on social and political issues. Now at 43, he's still charming audiences, whether on screen, directing behind the camera, or simply showing off his famously warm smile in interviews. Which of these actors do you think aged the best, and which one had the most surprising transformation? Drop your pick in the comments below. Alain Delon. Alain Delon was the very definition of European cinema cool. Born in 1935, he became a French film icon in the 60s with roles in Purple Noon and Le Samouraï, earning worldwide fame for his striking looks and mysterious screen presence. Off-screen, he was known for his passionate personality and complex private life, often surrounded by beauty, fame, and a hint of scandal. Despite stepping back from acting in later years, he remained a revered figure in global cinema. When Delon passed away in 2024 at the age of 88, France mourned not just a star, but a symbol of classic cinematic elegance. Richard Gere. Richard Gere, born in 1949, has always had a quiet magnetism that made him one of the most iconic leading men of his time. He stole hearts in American Gigolo and cemented his romantic hero status with Pretty Woman opposite Julia Roberts. But behind that suave exterior is a deeply spiritual man. Gere has been a long-time advocate for Tibetan rights and a devoted Buddhist. While he's stepped back from mainstream Hollywood in recent years, he still acts selectively and enjoys life with his young family. At 75, he remains as graceful and grounded as ever, proving true charm doesn't fade with age. David Charvet. David Charvet became a teenage heartthrob in the 90s, thanks to his role as the handsome lifeguard Matt Brody on Baywatch *. Born in 1972 in France, he brought that perfect mix of European charm and California cool. After Baywatch * and a run on Melrose Place *, he made a surprising move. He left acting behind to focus on his music career, releasing French pop albums that did quite well back home. Later, he stepped away from the spotlight again to raise a family and focus on business ventures. Now at 52, Charvet may live a quieter life, but he still turns heads wherever he goes. Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford, born in 1942, soared to international fame in the late 70s as the roguish Han Solo in Star Wars *, then went on to thrill audiences as the whip-cracking Indiana Jones. Interestingly, he was famously discovered while working as a carpenter for George Lucas. Over the years, Ford has balanced blockbuster success with a love of flying. He's a licensed pilot who often takes to the skies on his own. Now at 82, he's still gracing the big screen and carrying that wry, understated charm that turned him into one of Hollywood's most beloved icons. Jared Leto. Jared Leto, born in 1971, first made waves in the 90s teen drama My So-Called Life *, but he quickly showed he was more than just a pretty face. While he earned praise for roles in Requiem for a Dream and Dallas Buyers Club, the latter winning him an Oscar, he also built a huge following as the frontman of rock band 30 Seconds to Mars. Leto is known for taking his roles to extremes, fully immersing himself in his characters, including some infamous method acting tales. Despite his edgy performances and fearless style, he's defied aging in a way that keeps fans guessing how he looks so remarkably youthful at 53. Chris Evans. Richard Grieco. Richard Grieco became a teen idol almost overnight in the late 80s with his role as the rebellious Dennis Booker on *21 Jump Street *. With those smoldering eyes and edgy style, he quickly gained a cult following and even launched his own spin-off series. But acting wasn't his only passion. Grieco later turned to music and painting, calling his abstract art style emotionalism. While he stepped back from the mainstream spotlight, he stayed true to his artistic roots. Now 59, he may look different from his poster boy days, but he's still marching to the beat of his own drum, unapologetically. Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze was the kind of star who did it all: actor, dancer, singer, and true heartthrob of the 80s and 90s. Born in 1952, he became a household name with unforgettable roles in Dirty Dancing Ghost and Point Break *. His charm, athleticism, and emotional depth made him one of Hollywood's most versatile and beloved leading men. Off-screen, Swayze was a devoted husband and passionate horseman known for his humility and quiet strength. His battle with pancreatic cancer was brave and dignified, and when he passed away in 2009 at just 57, the world lost not just a star but a beautiful soul. Pierce Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan, born in 1953, first gained attention playing a suave private detective on Remington Steele *, before stepping into the ultimate spy role as James Bond in the 90s. With his Irish charm and sophisticated wit, he became a fan favorite, breathing fresh life into the 007 franchise. Beyond Bond, Brosnan showed off his versatile talents in projects like Mamma Mia and remained active in environmental causes, becoming an outspoken advocate for marine conservation. At 71, he still exudes effortless class, on and off the screen, proving that true style never really fades. Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe, born in 1964, was one of the original heartthrobs of the Brat Pack in the 1980s, thanks to films like Asterisk, The Outsiders Asterisk and Asterisk St. Elmo's Fire Asterisk. With those piercing blue eyes and Hollywood charm, he seemed destined for stardom, and he delivered. Despite some public setbacks early on, Lowe made a major comeback in TV with Asterisk, The West Wing Asterisk, and kept the momentum going in comedies like Asterisk Parks and Recreation Asterisk. Known for his wit, resilience, and seemingly ageless face, he's also embraced podcasting and wellness. Now at 60, Rob Lowe is still just as charismatic, and somehow still looks like he's in his 40s. James Marsden. James Marsden, born in 1971, has one of those faces that just doesn't seem to age. He first rose to fame as Cyclops in the Asterisk X-Men Asterisk movies, often playing the charming nice guy who doesn't always get the girl. But over the years, he's shown surprising range, from romantic comedies like Asterisk 27 Dresses Asterisk to standout performances in Asterisk Westworld Asterisk and Asterisk Dead to Me Asterisk. Marsden also has a great sense of humor, famously poking fun at himself in the show Asterisk Jury Duty Asterisk. Now 51, he balances his matinee idol looks with an easygoing, self-aware charm that keeps audiences coming back for more. Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt, born in 1963, became a global heartthrob the moment he walked on screen in Asterisk Thelma and Louise Asterisk, and he's never really looked back. With standout roles in Asterisk Fight Club Asterisk, Asterisk Legends of the Fall Asterisk, and Asterisk Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Asterisk, Pitt has proven he's more than just a pretty face. He's a powerhouse performer with serious range. Over the years, he's also earned praise as a producer, winning Oscars behind the camera as well. His high-profile relationships may have kept tabloids busy, but Pitt remains refreshingly grounded. Now 61, he still carries that same effortless cool with a little more wisdom in his eyes and a lot of Hollywood history behind his smile. Grant Show. Grant Show rose to fame in the early 90s, captivating viewers as the lovable bad boy Jake Hansen on Asterisk Melrose Place Asterisk. Born in 1962, he actually appeared first in Asterisk Beverly Hills 90,210 Asterisk, before spinning off into that iconic role. Over the years, he's stayed steadily on our screens, from shows like Asterisk Devious Maids Asterisk to taking on the role of Blake Carrington in the modern-day Asterisk Dynasty Asterisk reboot. Though admired for his leading man looks, he's proven he has serious acting chops to back them up. Even in his 60s, Show still carries that easy charm and continues to reinvent himself for new generations of fans. Andy Garcia. Born in 1956 in Havana, Cuba, Andy Garcia moved to the US as a young child and rose to prominence in Hollywood with a memorable turn in Asterisk, The Untouchables Asterisk. His commanding screen presence and quiet intensity earned him an Oscar nomination for Asterisk The Godfather Part 3, further cementing his status as one of the era's leading men. Off-screen, Garcia is a passionate musician and producer, often showcasing his Cuban roots in various projects. Now at 68, he remains an enduring talent, bringing both gravitas and heart to roles that remind us why he's still one of Hollywood's most respected actors. Zac Efron. Zac Efron became a global teen sensation almost overnight as Troy Bolton in Asterisk High School Musical Asterisk. Born in 1987, he quickly graduated from Disney heartthrob to leading man, showing off serious acting chops in films like Asterisk The Greatest Showman Asterisk and Asterisk Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile Asterisk. Known for his charm, sculpted physique, and down-to-earth personality, Efron has also dived into environmental travel shows like Asterisk Down to Earth Asterisk, sharing a more thoughtful side of himself. At 37, he's evolved from pop idol to a versatile performer who's still got that spark and a lot more to say. Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson, born in 1956, became an international superstar with his intense blue eyes and fearless performances in films like Asterisk Mad Max Asterisk and Asterisk Lethal Weapon Asterisk. But he wasn't just an action hero, he proved himself behind the camera too, winning Oscars for directing and producing Asterisk Braveheart Asterisk, Later, he stunned critics again with The Passion of the Christ and Hacksaw Ridge . Despite controversies that shook his public image, Gibson slowly returned to Hollywood's good graces through powerful filmmaking and raw talent. Now 69, he's a rugged veteran of the screen, grayer, wiser, but still unmistakably Mel. Jonathan Schaech. Born in 1969, Jonathan Schaech broke onto the Hollywood scene with his memorable performance in That Thing You Do, catching eyes as a charismatic frontman in the Tom Hanks-directed film. Over the years, he's proven himself equally at home in romantic dramas, thrillers, and even as the legendary Jonah Hex on TV's Legends of Tomorrow . Outside of acting, Schaech has dipped into screenwriting and opened up about personal experiences, endearing him even more to fans. Now at 55, he continues to pop up in both movies and TV, still radiating the same easygoing charm that first won audiences over. Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio, born in 1974, went from teen heartthrob in Romeo plus Juliet and Titanic to one of the most respected actors of his generation. His performances in The Aviator The Revenant and The Wolf of Wall Street have earned him critical acclaim, and he finally took home an Oscar in 2016 after several memorable nominations. Beyond acting, DiCaprio is also a passionate environmental activist, using his platform to fight climate change. At 50, he's as relevant and in demand as ever, constantly evolving, always interesting, and still one of the most recognizable faces in Hollywood. Jude Law. Born in 1972, Jude Law quickly established himself as one of Britain's most compelling actors, with breakout roles in Gattaca, and the talented Mr. Ripley earning critical acclaim and an Oscar nomination in the process. Known for his sharp features and a certain effortless cool, Law has effortlessly bounced between prestigious dramas, romantic comedies like The Holiday and blockbuster fare such as Sherlock Holmes . Off-screen, he keeps a relatively low profile, balancing his busy film career with a love for theatre and time with his family. Now at 52, he's still bringing that blend of charm and intensity to every new role, leaving audiences eager for whatever he tackles next. Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin, born in 1958, rose to fame in the late 80s and 90s with his smooth voice, striking looks, and commanding screen presence in films like The Hunt for Red October and Glengarry Glen Ross. But it was his hilarious turn as Jack Donaghy on *30 Rock* that redefined his career and earned him multiple Emmy Awards. Baldwin also became a staple on Saturday Night Live thanks to his uncanny impersonations. Off-screen, he's been a lightning rod for headlines, yet continues to captivate audiences with his wit, talent, and unmistakable voice. Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp first stole hearts in the late 1980s on *21 Jump Street*, but his big-screen collaborations with director Tim Burton, like *Edward Scissorhands, were what really made him an icon. Known for choosing offbeat, deeply quirky characters, he struck box office gold as Captain Jack Sparrow in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Over the years, Depp has dabbled in music, formed the rock supergroup Hollywood Vampires, and faced his share of headline-making ups and downs. Still, at 61, he remains one of Hollywood's most uniquely inventive actors, always unafraid to push boundaries on and off the screen. Do you think talent should matter more than looks when it comes to lasting fame in Hollywood? Or are great looks the real secret to staying relevant? George Clooney. George Clooney's career began with TV roles in the late 1980s, but he skyrocketed to fame with his role on *ER*, which earned him multiple awards and launched him into leading man status in Hollywood. His effortless charm, coupled with a deeply rebellious yet philanthropic nature, made him a beloved figure both on and off-screen. From Ocean's 11* to *Gravity*, Clooney has proven to be an exceptional actor, director, and producer. Despite his Hollywood heartthrob status, Clooney has managed to keep a low profile in his personal life, particularly after his marriage to human rights lawyer Amal Alamuddin in 2014. At 63, George continues to be a fixture in the industry, admired for his sharp wit and unassuming presence, whether on the red carpet or in a casual setting. Bruce Greenwood. Bruce Greenwood stepped onto the acting scene with a rugged charm and intense blue eyes that captivated audiences from the start. From his earlier roles in the 80s and 90s, he quickly established himself as an actor capable of handling both heroic leads and complex, intense characters. Widely recognized for playing authoritative figures, he notably portrayed President Kennedy in 13 Days and Captain Pike in the rebooted Star Trek films. Today, at 68, Greenwood gracefully embraces his silver hair, giving him an even more distinguished and sophisticated look. Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood, with his steely stare and rugged jawline, became the face of the American Western in the 1960s. Whether he was the silent gunslinger in The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, or the gritty cop in Dirty Harry, Eastwood oozed cool, commanding the screen with few words and a lot of presence. But behind that tough exterior was a deeply talented filmmaker. As a director, he went on to earn Oscars for Unforgiven and $1 Million Baby, proving his artistry extended far beyond acting. Now at 94, Clint remains a towering figure in Hollywood, quiet, enduring, and still wearing that iconic cowboy hat like no one else can. Gary Dourdan. Gary Dourdan rose to fame as the brooding and brilliant Warwick Brown on CSI, Crime Scene Investigation, captivating viewers with his piercing green eyes and effortless cool. Long before CSI, he had that rare mix of model looks and natural charisma that made him unforgettable on screen. In his younger days, his laid-back style and signature dreadlocks turned heads everywhere he went. Now, at 58, Gary still carries that same magnetic charm, only now with a polished, mature edge and a megawatt smile. Despite facing personal challenges over the years, he's continued to act, make music, and prove that real style never fades. Eddie Cibrian. Eddie Cibrian turned heads in the late 90s with his classic leading man looks, thick dark hair, strong jawline, and that effortless smolder. He quickly became a soap heartthrob on The Young and the Restless and found mainstream fame in shows like Third Watch and CSI Miami. Over the years, Eddie's style has matured beautifully. Now, at 51, with salt and pepper hair and a confident charm, he's embraced a more rugged, seasoned appeal. Off-screen, he's also known for his high-profile marriage to singer Leanne Rimes. Whether on the beach or in front of the camera, Eddie still brings that same cool, captivating presence. Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas, born in 1944, is practically Hollywood royalty. His father was the legendary Kirk Douglas, and he forged his own path to stardom with iconic roles in *Wall Street*, earning him an Oscar, *Fatal Attraction*, and *Basic Instinct*. Despite facing health challenges, Douglas has shown remarkable resilience, continuing to grace the screen with his trademark intensity. At 80, he remains a living legend, one who's seen it all and still commands respect, both on and off the stage. Paul Walker. Paul Walker, born in 1973, was known as much for his captivating charm as for his heartfelt generosity. Launching his career with memorable performances in teen films, Paul achieved global fame as Brian O'Connor in the Blockbuster franchise *The Fast and the Furious. Off-screen, he was a passionate advocate for marine life and co-founded the charity Reach Out worldwide, helping those affected by natural disasters. Tragically, Paul's promising journey was cut short in 2013 due to a car accident. Today, he's remembered fondly, not only as a talented actor, but as a genuinely kind soul whose legacy continues to inspire. Colin Farrell. Born in 1976, Colin Farrell rocketed to fame in *, Tigerland and *, Phone Booth *, wowing audiences with his Irish charm and intensity. He's since balanced blockbusters like * Minority Report *, with offbeat gems like * in Bruges *. Off-screen, Farrell is known for his honesty about personal struggles and his philanthropic work. At 48, he remains one of Ireland's most versatile and magnetic stars. Adrian Paul. Adrian Paul, born 1959, became a household name in the 90s as the brooding, sword-wielding Duncan MacLeod in Highlander, the series. With his piercing eyes, athletic build and flowing hair, he was the very image of a romantic action hero. What many fans don't know is that he started out as a dancer and model before landing acting roles. Over the years, he's aged gracefully, trading his warrior's locks for a more grounded, distinguished look. Today, at 66, he still radiates strength and warmth, dedicating much of his time to his charity, the Peace Fund, helping children in need. His transformation isn't just physical, it's a reflection of a life well lived. Don Johnson. Don Johnson lit up television screens in the 1980s as Detective Sonny Crockett on Miami Vice, with his pastel suits, tanned skin, and smoldering stare setting a new standard for cool. His rugged good looks and effortless swagger made him a pop culture icon practically overnight. Off-camera, his wild Hollywood lifestyle made just as many headlines as his acting, but time has been kind to Don. Now at 75, he's traded the wild edge for a warm smile and sharp suits. Still active in film and TV, he's also become a proud father to rising star Dakota Johnson, proving that charisma clearly runs in the family. Eric Roberts. With those piercing blue eyes and signature smirk, Eric Roberts had a magnetic screen presence from the very start. He burst onto the scene in the late 70s and quickly earned critical acclaim, including a Golden Globe nod for King of the Gypsies and an Oscar nomination for Runaway Train. Now at 68, with his silver hair and sharp suits, Eric has embraced his elder statesman role while still working non-stop. He's appeared in hundreds of films and TV shows. Gerard Butler. Gerard Butler's rise to fame was anything but quiet. He roared onto the big screen as King Leonidas in 300, forever stamping his name in pop culture with the line, "This is Sparta." But even before that, his intense eyes and rugged charm made him a standout in romantic dramas and thrillers alike. Originally trained as a lawyer, Butler took a sharp left turn into acting, and fans have been grateful ever since. Now at 55, he carries a bit more grit and gravitas, with a weathered handsomeness that suits his action hero persona. Whether leading battles or breaking hearts, Gerard's appeal is as strong as ever. Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill's transformation from baby-faced Brit to full-fledged superhero has been nothing short of cinematic. Early on, he turned heads with his classic features and polished style, but it was his role as Superman in Man of Steel that launched him into global stardom. With that square jaw, piercing blue eyes, and chiseled physique, he looked like he walked straight out of a comic book. Now at 41, Cavill has added depth to his on-screen presence with roles in The Witcher and spy thrillers, while still charming fans with his geeky love of gaming and Warhammer. Suave, sharp, and still super, Henry hasn't missed a step. James Denton. James Denton charmed millions as Mike Delfino, the rugged yet sensitive plumber on the hit series Desperate Housewives. With his striking blue eyes, easygoing smile, and casual confidence, he quickly became one of TV's favorite leading men. But fans might be surprised to know he initially pursued a career in advertising before his passion for acting took over. Now at 62, James carries a distinguished maturity. Beyond acting, he enjoys a quiet life with his family, far from Hollywood's spotlight. Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell has been charming audiences since he was a Disney teen star in the 60s, but it was the 80s that cemented his status as an action icon. From Escape from New York to Big Trouble in Little China, he played tough guys with a twinkle in their eye. That famous mane and rugged smile made him one of Hollywood's most effortlessly cool stars. Off-screen, he's known for his decades-long romance with Goldie Hawn, proving that lasting love is possible in showbiz. Now 74, Kurt still acts, still rocks that silver hair, and still reminds us why charisma never goes out of style. What we've learned from these action legends is simple: resilience, reinvention, and staying true to your craft. From breaking barriers in Hollywood to adapting to new challenges, these stars have proven that true icons never fade, they evolve. Whether they're still on the big screen or living quiet lives, their impact is undeniable. If you enjoyed this dive into the past and want more incredible stories, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video from Iconic Curious about what other legends we've uncovered? Check out our previous videos and let's keep the journey going.